Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You have found the Misfits. Saturday night's Misfit and Mayhem. The chat is open. The phone lines are open to call us at 1-888-88-YERGZ. We are live on YergsRadio.com. If you can't watch us here, you can go over to Yergs Radio and listen to us while you're mobile or somewhere where you're not supposed to be paying attention to the screen. Let's see. Who all do I have backstage? Let me see here. There's so many choices. It's Cheyenne.
So it's me. I know.
You. Well, you were my first choice. So I was trying to find my button too, but this new when I've moved all the screens around, everything's all screwed up. So it's here somewhere. I promise. I just don't know where my buttons are. Am I even on the right one? I don't know. I did find some new ones though.
Let's hear them.
Well, this is my Yosemite Sam.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like
Any
him.
one of you lily-livered, bow-legged varmints care to slap leather with me? In case any of you get any ideas, you better know who you're dealing with. I'm the hootin'est, tootin'est, shootin'est, bobtail wildcat in the West.
Where was that when I needed it yesterday?
You know, they don't make cartoons like they used to, you know. That was it. And I saw a thing today that our entire childhoods were lies, that coyotes can run up to like 50 miles an hour and the fastest a roadrunner can go is like 25. So we've been lied to our entire life. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
I refuse to believe it. They would not lie to us.
Oh, I mean, come on. Why would they lie about that? Also, before I get too far ahead, thank you. Well, I guess I should move the logo if I'm going to do that. Thank you to the Parapost Network for allowing us the use of your channels. We do appreciate it and your support. And anyone watching on Facebook, come over to YouTube and like, follow, share, and subscribe to the Sportcat shows. We are here it seems like every night. We may be here twice tomorrow. Haven't decided yet. Well, can you will you be able to see the on Paramount Plus tomorrow?
I should be able to. I was looking it up and I brought up CBS and Paramount Plus. So
okay, all right, because at 11 o'clock they're going to make the big announcement, and so if it's a big enough announcement, I may just come in here and fire off a show. So if so, it will be the first big chat of the Big Brother season. So there will be plenty more to follow.
You will have to enlighten me some on how it all works. I do love reality TV, but I haven't watched Big Brother before.
Well, basically, they take depending on how long they run the season, there should be 16 people. There may be an odd number because this is a short season, I think. And they locked them in a house with no TV, no phone, no radio, no internet, no nothing. They don't even get newspapers. And
Okay.
everywhere, including the bathroom, is a
Oh,
camera.
there's cameras.
Yeah, yeah. And whenever they turn the cameras on for the first time for the season, there's much debate about that. They should turn them on as soon as the guests go into the house, because they don't know each other before the game. Now, I don't know how they're going to do it now because we're a month ahead, and they're having this preview tomorrow to show who the guests are, or who the house guests are going to be. Usually, the house guests don't know each other prior to that night. They bring them all in separately, and they bring them out on stage one at a time. And I think they let them in. They let them in 50-50, whatever it is. If it's 16, they let in 8, and then another 8. The first 8 always try and run and get the best bedrooms and stuff like that. And then, but they don't turn the there's some controversy. They don't turn the cameras on usually for like the first week because they coach them, which I don't think is exactly fair. And last season they didn't do that. They turned them pretty much at like midnight to where the TV had been shown. The show had been shown on the West Coast. They flipped the switch and they went live, which was much better. Because you got to know that initial, like let's say I'd never met you and suddenly you're from West Virginia and I'm from Georgia and we're dumped in a house and we got to live together for the next, X amount of weeks. I think this week is going to be I want to say a 16-week season. So there may be 16 players. Usually the first week they don't vote anyone out. So that may be correct. And then, well, the games will start immediately. They will play for who is head of the house. Head of the house gets you the master bedroom and your private bathroom. And before the show, the guests, house guests, tell them, I like M&Ms and Mountain Dew and special. They get treats that they wouldn't normally get in the regular supply cabinets. And so they get the whole bedroom to themselves. The lights go out in that bedroom. It's a big old king size bed, which usually ends up being shared by several of the house guests during the season. And I don't mean because of the competitions. I mean because, well, after 16 weeks, you got to play with something. So
this is very reminiscent to Jersey Shore to me, except for the being voted out part.
Yeah, so when you're head of house, you get to nominate 2 people. And the very first head of house, everybody wants it, but it's actually probably one of the worst spots to be in because you got to pick 2 people you don't know. And they're immediately going to say, if you pick the black guy and a Mexican, they're, oh, he's racist. I don't know these people.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it gets heated. Then they're like, well, why'd you pick me? You picked me because I'm a woman. You picked me because I'm fat. It's like, oh my god. So it's a good thing sometimes to win, but it's also a bad thing because if you don't win, you could be out.
What's the deal with the first 2? Like, what's the significance?
It's just every week they pick 2 people to be evicted. And
to be evicted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And in those 2, and during the week, they have a different competition called the veto contest, which is the 2 players that are up for nomination, the head of the house, and then each player gets to pick a player at random out of they pull a poker chip with their name out of a bag. And so if you win veto, you're safe. You can't be evicted. So the guy or gal that's at the head of the house has to re-pick someone else. So, and then CBS throws in little, they call it expect the unexpected. They throw in little twists like when you win the veto, you may get to pick an envelope, and that envelope allows you to pick the person to be evicted or something. Yeah, they always throw little twists in there that you're never expecting. And they're very timely, and the hints that they have given out for this preseason are leading the fans, the loyal fan base, the stalkers like me, to believe that the house is going to be AI based themed because they said the walls will be talking this season. So Yeah. So I wouldn't now see that this would be an interesting twist because like let's say me and you we were tight. We came in the first group of 8 and I like you because you're from West Virginia and I'm from Virginia and we hit it off and we like the same shit. Well, the next thing, me and you are off in a side room talking about okay, hey, well, that B Dizzle, he kicks possums. We got to get him out, whatever the case may be. So I'm wondering if they're saying since the walls may talk, if me and you are in a room, if it won't be played back over the PA later. That would, and it would just be random. that would be great. So it's kind of like a human chess game. So
interesting.
Yeah,
I know I've seen clips, I think like on Facebook from like Celebrity Big Brother. And people getting real like
oh god, yeah,
touchy about stuff. So
and they've had fans walk out or not players just walk out of the game, just can't take it. In fact, last season I was emailing with a young lady, and I'm gonna follow up and do it again this year. She had said she was gonna come on, and I'm gonna offer her the Grin and Guardian show this time to see if I can hook her. Because she's a Navy vet and she left because one of the guys triggered her PTSD. And she knew like 100 ways to kill him, and so she she wanted out of there.
It's probably best for me to leave.
Well, we did have one of the guys on the show. He was a police officer. He was just on no, he was on the regular show, the paranormal guys. It's summertime. You never know who's going to show up, Wendell.
Good question, Wendell. We're wanting to know too.
Yeah, well, it's summertime. It happens. So you got to rely on us for 2 hours to keep you entertained. But I lost my train of thought there. Oh,
the police officer.
Oh yeah, we had him on. Actually, I think he may have come on twice. He stopped answering my emails. I probably stalked him too much, but he did come on, and he was on the paranormal guys. That was when Bobby showed up, where he thought the guy wasn't going to do anything. The guy's a law instructor, and his wife. I don't remember her name, but she's an author of like ghost stories and stuff, and she's well known. And then when Bobby asked something about Bigfoot, he just went into this big long thing. Bobby's just sitting there with his mouth like on the floor, like, how the hell is this guy? It's like, told you, Bobby.
It's hard to get Bobby to shut up too. So
yeah. Well, no, we had Bobby on. Me and Bobby were both on at least the show where we had the sex worker. So because everybody bailed, but him. But we did it. It was a great show. I need to invite Olivia back on. She was a great guest. So, So that starts. It starts in a month, but and I said I don't know how they're going to do it. And that's the other thing. CBS lies to you. This could all be a lie just to get you to pay for an extra month subscription to Paramount Plus.
Well, good thing I was already subscribed. So.
Yeah, me too. I subscribed a couple seasons ago. Well, to watch the show, and I just forgot to cancel it. So.
No, I have Paramount Plus to watch Drag Race, and it's funny with you talking about some of the stuff on there is very reminiscent of Drag Race too.
I think oh gosh, I can't think of his name. He was on RuPaul's show and came over. Oh, he's a dancer.
On Celebrity Big Brother, Todrick Hall was
Todrick Hall. Yes.
He stirred up some stuff. Apparently, that was part of the clips that I had seen.
Oh, you mean where he lied to everyone?
It's been a while. I don't remember, but I know he made a bunch of people mad. So.
Yeah, and that was the year the MMA star won, Miesha Tate. So, yeah, hey, maybe we'll get Miranda to get her on. I'm sure she
Don't
does.
make her mad.
I was gonna say she might not know her. I assumed that the boxers and wrestlers all knew each other until we did that interview a few weeks ago. So apparently
Let's
they
not
don't.
mention it. Let's not mention it.
No, we bounced back and had a great episode with Demi.
Thank you.
So
And
yes.
with Tina. Thank you, Tina.
Tina, I messaged her again this morning because I got a little thank you note from her, and I messaged her again this morning and told her, I said, anytime you want to come on, and I said I was serious about that. I said you were just laid back and you were cool as crap. So anytime you're bored one Friday night and want to just come on and shoot the BS, so come on, bring it. Yeah, she was great. And if anybody didn't watch the show last night, go to Triple F Fire Rescue. They have firefighter dolls for girls, and they're amazing.
Fierce female Triple F fierce female firefighters.
There you go. And yeah, they're amazing. Or just watch or look in the comment notes from last night show. It goes for a good cause too. Not only does it help teach kids stuff about fire safety and all that, it also is for raising money for firefighters for cancer. So it's a great cause. So
her using the dolls to teach little girls that they can be firefighters too, and then I don't remember what percentage she said, but a percentage of the proceeds from a percentage of the proceeds from the dolls go to the Triple F Foundation, which helps pay medical bills and whatnot for firefighters.
Yeah, and 6% is the number of females that was in the fire department. She said, I didn't realize it was that low.
Well, like I said, I didn't either, and I grew up hanging out with my my childhood best friend, and her grandpa worked the volunteer fire department in Winfield, and he was like the big dude down there, and we hung out and did everything with the fire department, and it not ever something that crossed my mind, and like I told her, until former coworker of mine, her daughter was getting her senior pictures and everything done in full gear and everything, and that's what she was going to do.
Yeah.
And it's funny that I'll have to send you a picture, but my coworker and her daughter remind me so much of Tina.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you need to hook her up with her Facebook group. So
that is actually a really good idea.
Yeah, and one of my mom's high school friends was watching the show, and her granddaughter is a firefighter in Richmond, Virginia. And I was like, tell her to come on the show. I said, if nothing else, she needs to get in touch with Tina and be a part of that group. So, but yeah, her granddaughter is one of the ones that once you're on the fire department, you'll find that there's different things we do as a team, aside for party together, go to ball games or stuff together. We also have, a softball league, or we may have a golf league or whatever, but there's competitions, and she is one of the competitors on the local team for Richmond. So
I'm trying to see.
So yeah, I'll see if I can get her on too. Yeah, I'll have to go start stalking my Big Brother players again and see if I can get blocked again. So yeah, I got to start doing that, and since that's coming up, and then I got to find some more people to come on the fire show from the fire side. I need a police officer. If you're a police officer and you're bored Friday nights and want to be on a great show, come on over. We talk about challenge coins, public safety. We welcome you. So
Okay, so she will be part of the Polka Fire and Rescue.
Polka?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the little town right down where I grew up from, where I went to school at Polka High.
Oh, okay. All right. That's cool. Good for her. So, and you can also make sure to tell her to tune in to me on the Thin Line Rock Station Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. So See, there is that. I got some jam sessions planned for that coming up. I'm going to try and get them to allow me to do a Guardian of the Galaxy playlist. So
They should.
Wendell says, "Why don't you do a show for doctors, nurses, troops, police, and fire?" Well, Wendell, that's what the Friday night show is. It's for public safety.
Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't exclude. Well, in fact, Joel, we had him over. Is it Joel? Joe from. No, we've had several military, several police, several firefighters. I'm in talks with a nurse. Doctors, they're kind of hard to get. Some you can, some you can't. They're kind of finicky about what they go on because of their, what do you call it? What people think of them. They don't want anybody thinking some kind of way. So doctors are hard to get. But yeah, actually, all the doctors I know have retired and moved out of the country. It should be a sign right there.
Was COVID a little rough for him?
Yeah. Oh, well, here's Brenda. She woke up late. Well, Brenda, I sent you the link if you want to come on and BS for a while. Come on. And
please.
What the heck? Yeah. We can see how your snake bite's healing.
I just got an update from X that apparently the U.S. House of Representatives passes bill automatically registering men age 18 to 26 for selective service.
Yes, that is correct. You can now be drafted. Well, actually, it hasn't passed the Senate yet. Hold on, Brenda. I'll move that.
Well,
it hasn't passed the Senate. It has passed Congress, but it has not passed the Senate. The Democrats are the ones holding it up in the Senate. So, as the Democrats are holding it up, there's got to be some shady ass reason. So, because right now we are so behind in our military staffing, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, they're probably going to initiate the draft. All of my kids are over 30, thank God.
So under 30 then.
Yeah, 18 to 30.
18 to 30.
Oh, yeah, 18 to 26. Okay, yeah, 18 to 26. Yeah.
All of our normal range of breeding people.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the healthiest of the group of Americans. Those are typically the healthiest ones. That's kind of where I was going with it. So.
The ones that, can populate the planet.
I don't think that's a problem. We got plenty of that, but
yeah.
Well, then again, we do have a lot of ranges between 18 and 30 that probably shouldn't be populating the planet, but to each their own.
Very true.
I tried to go in the military. I don't have anything against the military, but I mean, right now I tried to go Coast Guard.
I have a problem with authority. I couldn't do it.
Well, why do you think I became a paramedic? So, but yeah, I tried to get in the Coast Guard, and I had broken my left knee playing football. It was my left knee. I was broken one of my knees playing football, so they wouldn't allow me. So they sent me to the Navy. And I was like, I don't want to go in the Navy. So the Navy got pissed off and sent me to the Army. And they're like, we'll make you a medic in the Army. I'm like, no, absolutely not. You get shot at.
Actually,
that's what my dad did in the Army. He was a medic.
Yeah. I would think you would be better protected being a medic in the Navy. They
do take care of the docs. There's two people in the military that gets taken care of the best: docs and the chefs. Everybody else, fair game, but the docs and the chef, they get taken care of.
It's funny. In high school, they had brought us down the road to the reserve center for like a job fair per se, basically to get you to sign up. And I had a guy stop me, and he's like, well, what is it that you want to do? And at the time I was like, well, I want to do whatever is art related. And he's like, don't know if I've got a place for that. I was like, you need a logo? I can make you a logo.
Would you like to learn how to work on a tank?
I forget what he ended up calling me and was like, "Well, we could set you up for this," and I was like, "That's not art related, sir."
Well, building a Bradley is art.
Yeah, you build bridges.
Yeah, build bridges.
They
Roadway.
do have
Am I
military
allowed to?
photographers
Am I
and-
allowed to paint it fluorescent graffiti?
If
No,
it's
I
going
don't
to
think
another
so.
country, probably.
Yeah, it might be frowned on here, so you paint it that way and then send it to Antarctica. So,
Oh,
They'll
This is
appreciate it. There's
frozen
few people
color.
that are allowed it.
yeah, exactly.
so what's going on,
yeah.
guys?
It's just us hanging out. We have some people doing summer things, and we have some people who are sick, and then we just have some people that show up when it's time for the lights to come on and do nothing. So, oh, that's right. That's why it's called the Misfits.
Well,
So,
I think you need to find backup misfits.
I'm in the process of that slowly, but I like to vet them a little bit before I
Well,
turn them completely loose.
yeah, I need to make sure they're not going to come on here and pull their hair out and start going, blah, 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 you know, trying to eat their
I
ears.
mean,
Hey,
you
that would
know,
be good radio.
I was gonna say I'd kind of be okay with that. That'd be a good TikTok moment.
Yeah, exactly. Next week
And
we
how
have
does
a
that make you
ukulele
feel,
player.
dear?
That's right. Oh, and we have the Ask Aunt Chey, so people can call in and ask Aunt Chey questions. So-
If you are a pedophile, I will not answer.
come
All
on.
complaints go to bobbydizzle.com.
Yes,
That's it.
pedophiles needing job help. BobbyDizzle.com.
That's right. That's right.
I saw
There you
Bobby
go.
Dizzle posted on a group yesterday talking about, as podcasters, what is our end goal? What is it we're trying to do? And
Have
he
fun.
was getting all these answers and stuff. And I so badly wanted to reply back to him. I thought it was pulling cards, making pendulums, and throwing holy water at things is what it was that you were after to get money. So but I left it
Let me
alone.
know.
But you know what? It's better off said here because at least you're watching me, dickhole. So
Oh, my goodness. Number
Oh, my
one
God.
rule.
I'm sorry.
my number one
I-
narcotic is in number one narc is in the audience. So
Oh.
I'm so, I apologize. I don't
Womp,
I don't
womp,
have
womp.
any holy water, but I can
I do
stab somebody.
somewhere.
you call that a stabby thing? That's not a stabby thing.
It's pointy as shit. As
Hold on,
crap.
if I can pull it. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta watch the word shit. If I can pull it out. Jesus. What are you doing, huh?
You just said, watch
Shoot,
the world.
you like pulling a crystal out of your butt or something?
Hey, be careful because, you know,
I'm in my
YouTube will zonk you. Uh-oh. My
It's
alarm
just a
went off.
pointy.
What time is
It's
it?
just a pointy thing. So
I
I
have
have
a
that
point
too,
called a
but that's
fingernail.
I have that too, but that's not in my crystals pouch that I carry in my
Well,
purse.
Oh,
I
I was
got my
going to say,
crystals here in front of me.
you carry a pink bag of tricks?
Yes.
Aha. Oh, look at that. It's a bag of tricks. Glenn can't carry one of those. People will call him a woman.
I got a sack.
Yes, you do. Hangs down to your knees, but yes, you do.
Okay. Extremely full. Anybody want to help with that?
Wendell,
1-888-88-YERG.
Bobby really needs to meet a sassy squatch, so
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was out in my backyard yesterday playing disc golf and with Bigfoot.
not getting bit by anything.
I was.
You know, I gotta say, so, I could call BS on that, but
And my mom
you
got
were in
scared by a squirrel.
you were in your front yard and got attacked by a python.
Hey.
So-
You know what? You would think I lived in Florida.
yeah, no kidding. So, hey,
I've seen
speaking
some
of
of
that,
those.
did I tell you all that the pythons are moving north? They are now in Georgia.
Ooh.
Yeah, they suspect that they will make it in the next 10 years all the way to the Smoky Mountains, and that they will
They are-
probably.
Not today, Satan.
They're looking for food. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's
There's
their
plenty of alligators down there to chew on.
their
Oh no,
they
that's a
call it
challenge for them.
their territory. They don't. I didn't realize this. Even turtles have a territory.
Yeah.
So it's they have to get a larger territory. So, yeah, I mean,
The
it's
bigger
just
they grow, the more territory they need.
yeah.
When they are the length of the United States, we all need to be careful.
Yeah, I still don't see how something like a bobcat or some quick animal. Of course, we were just talking about this earlier. I just found out tonight that a coyote can run up to 50 miles an hour. A roadrunner can run up to 25 miles an hour. So I've been lied to my entire damn life.
I said I call BS. They wouldn't lie to us about that.
So
I still don't understand how a plane, a rock, a house, or anything else can fall on a coyote and it can just get back up and you just walk on.
I mean, you've seen how
I know.
scraggly they look.
Right.
So, but
They
hey,
have wherewithal.
what's it?
Any one of you lily
Oh,
livered,
that's the wrong button, but I'll play it.
varmints care to slap leather with me?
That's my relative right there.
Oh, that's Uncle
He's
Joe.
a
Wildcat in the West.
I did find another sound effect for radio.
I said, where was that yesterday when I needed it at work?
This one I love. Is it not going to work?
This is
Oh, there it goes.
Well,
Buford E. Justice. I'm in pursuit of a black Trans Am.
There's going to be so many people,
Wendell-
kids that don't get that.
Wendell, like most of you men, I like being sucked on, but no, I don't want Dina's vampire.
That feels good.
He asked if I was dating Dina's vampire.
No, he's just a side piece.
Yeah.
Maybe once, but he sucked. So I threw him away.
And when you suck at sucking, I mean,
Yeah, when you suck at sucking,
What's
you
the
ain't no
use?
good at nothing. See how that works?
Going to refrain from commenting. I may have been one of those people. I don't know. So
I'm sorry.
well, the fact that you're questioning that is probably an answer there.
well,
Yeah,
I'm still looking for something. I'll find it eventually. So.
right? Oh my God. Yeah, I
So
did.
do-
I overslept. I went to bed. For some reason, everybody on the show last night when we were done, they were gone. I come backstage, everybody's gone. I was like, whoa. Everybody was tired. So I finished uploading and then I went to sleep. Susie called me just as I woke up from a bad dream. She had a bad dream. We kind of had a bad dream together.
Was it a sex dream?
No, it was
Oh.
not.
All right. Well, I was hoping.
No, but you know what? As many dreams as I've ever had, I have never died in my sleep. And I watched my chest get blown completely apart from the inside out. And I died.
Was an alien hatching out of you? What the hell?
Yes. It was, no, it wasn't hatching out of me. I was hiding somebody from it. And it kept chasing us and it wanted that person. And I refused to give that person up. And I stood my ground with it, and it had something, and it pointed it at me, and before I knew it, blowing up. Yep. And
Well,
even in death, I was still hiding that person, and still refused to give it up. Now, is that not loyalty?
You'd give me up in a minute. I know it.
He's over there.
She'd kick you with the one good leg and say, "Nope, bye."
Get out of here.
Not hiding you. Get the hell out of here. I ain't got a place big enough to hide you.
Yeah, that didn't feel good. So get the hell out.
No, it's funny. I have all these dreams where like I will be like yelling at somebody, but it's It's like coming out like
Hey,
this.
I gotta go. I've got somebody in my studio.
Well, fine.
Well, I will talk to you guys later.
All right. Lots of
Have a
love,
good
Brenda.
show.
Hope you're feeling better.
I do. Bye.
I'm glad she stopped by at least for a minute. So it's always good to see Brenda and give her grief and make sure that the snake didn't get her.
She
I was-
she wasn't twitching, so that's good.
No, and I was gonna tell her usually I've been told that you don't die, or if you die in a dream, you die in real life.
I don't know. See, I
told me.
looked into dreams at one point, and I'm just like, it's so they mean such stupid things. Like, you feel like there would be a very near correlation, but
Yeah.
it's always something dramatically different.
Yeah. Well, she was probably protecting her dog.
I do the
Have you
same.
noticed that all aliens in dog bins are male and not females?
And how do you know that, Wendell?
Well, no, I have heard of report of large-breasted Bigfoot, but I don't know about aliens. I think aliens are
Have you been peeping up skirts?
asexual, so but I don't know that for a fact. But I have heard reports of, in fact, one hunter in Mississippi reported that he had the draw and was going to shoot one, and it turned and it was nursing its little one, and he couldn't do it. That was his story. So I knew the guy personally, so I mean, I believed him, but yeah, he had the drop on it, and it turned and it saw him and was like, yeah, see this?
Excuse
don't.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of got an appendage here. So I have heard of female Bigfoot. I don't know about dogmen. Dogmen, I don't know a whole lot about, kind of intentionally. So
It makes me wonder, like, since they are part human, part dog, do they have 2 nipples or 6?
it's a good question. Well, when Sonia described seeing the cat woman, girl, whatever you call it, she said it had
The Wampus cat?
yeah, the Wampus cat. She said it had a pair of breasticles. So
Like, was it running like a cat with, like...
no, she was sitting up. In fact, she said it was petting her dog. What the hell is that? Dogmen are attacking my house. Did you hear that? Good Lord. What the hell
Lord,
that
now
was.
we're getting into dog soldiers here.
Yeah, no kidding. So, but, well, I mean, if they've been around since, prehistoric times, and they've got drawings of them on rock walls, there has to be females.
You would think so.
I would say. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know the biology of them, but I would assume that they reproduce like us. I don't know. When I find one, Wendell, that'll be one of the first questions I ask. So,
2 or 6 nipples.
My first question is going to be, okay, are you retarded? How did I see you? How did I catch you? That'll be my first question to it. I'm like, all right, and then I'll probably find out it's the
2,
one.
4, 6, 8, 10.
I will have found the one elusive gay Bigfoot, and I will never tell anyone about it. So now I know why nobody talks about seeing you.
He's like, yeah, but they always come back.
Or maybe they don't. That's too funny.
Don't judge Bigfoot's preferences.
Hey, as long as Bigfoot ain't winking at me, I'm okay with it.
You go out there enough, he's gonna be like, "Hey, I seen you around here a couple times."
I saw you in the bar. I slipped you something in your camping pack. Yeah, no.
Might
I
have
went through.
might have taken a couple snacks, but left you something.
Well, it did drag me in my tent caught one night, so that that was interesting. So
Well, at least you didn't find the elusive Bigfoot sex dungeon.
yeah, exactly. Well, no, we were up in the north. Let's say we were in northwest Georgia mountains, and it was so windy. I mean, you could like hear the wind coming over the mountains. You know, it was like that kind of wind. It was fall, and there was
That's like
leaves on
living
the
out the holler.
ground. And yeah, exactly. And I had put a tarp over my tent because it was going to rain with the windstorm, and it didn't end up raining, but the windstorm was just horrible. And in the middle of the night, my tent got pulled, and I thought, "Damn!" It's. I thought in my head when I woke up, I had tied my tarp to my tent cot, you know, because you secure it 4 points, and I thought I'd tied it to the back of the tent cot. And so the next morning at the campfire, I'm telling, I was like, man, that wind was pretty rough. It was so rough it moved me last night. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it caught the tarp and it pulled me like 2 feet. And they're like, we help you set it
No.
up. It's tied to 3 trees in your Jeep. And unless something moved your Jeep, it would have only moved the tarp. I was like, oh. And we went over there and there was a drag mark. I mean, from where I've been pulled in my tent cot. I was like, all right, so. And I really don't think any of my friends would have been up in that storm in the middle of the night. And plus, I
Trying
don't
to
know if
screw
they
with
would
you.
Yeah, and I mean, have to be laying flat. Well, I don't guess you have to be laying flat, but to get the back legs, you got to get pretty low, and you'd have to have, I'm 250 plus all the tent cots, 60 pounds plus all the crap I got in it, so it'd be pretty strong to pull it. So yeah, didn't even realize it the next day. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that happened. I've been lucky in my life. I've had so many weird things happen. I don't even know it. So you read my story in the book too. So
I'm trying to think. I can't say I've had that many weird. More like just a lot of deja vu.
Well, hang out with me long enough and weird stuff will happen to you.
It's really funny that you say that because I was discussing something with someone at work the other day and I was like, I need you to tell me that you think this same thing too and that I just haven't been hanging around enough crazy people that I'm going a little crazy. Are you thinking that too? She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Haven't gone down the rabbit hole yet.
Not yet. Not yet. We'll get you there. Not yet. Oh.
But I was like, thank you. Thank you. Because I was worried that I'm pulling crap out of nowhere, looking too deep into stuff. So, but thank you. Okay, it's not.
Well,
I was like, I'm worried. I'm talking to too many crazy people, and now I'm coming up with crazy stuff. And she's like, "Oh no, I don't like to say it, but yeah, I think that too." And I was like, oh, "Okay." It's like I can deal with that as long as I know I'm not the only one.
Let's say unless she's a fan of the show, then you might get in trouble. So,
well, she's a fan of other things, but
okay, get you.
But I was like, all right.
Yeah, I try not to go down the rabbit hole on Wendell talking about aliens. I try not to go down that rabbit hole because once you start screwing with them, they will screw with you. They use technology. They don't play fair, so I don't like them. And I'm not a fan of ghosts either, so.
Well,
Wendell's wanting to know if you have seen or heard anything. What, were you on the show the night that thing was messing with my hair? Or was it just me and Dina?
No, I was there the night we heard the scream and you didn't. And the dude started talking super fast and...
Yeah.
See, the only problem with answering that, Wendell, is I live out in the Appalachians. I live up a very large holler. We own property I'm trying to think which way. Way up the side of the mountain. You hear a lot of things. So
Have you ever
you,
heard the bionic bird?
I don't know if I would know what that sounds like.
Huh. I don't know that I have where I can get to it easily, but it's basically one of the whistles that Bigfoot uses. Is it? It might be in this email box. I might be able to get it quickly if my email will let me in.
I was trying to YouTube it, but this is like some sort of
Oh
crazy
no,
word.
it's not. No, it's you would only get this from a real Bigfoot researcher. Let's see.
No, the only thing I've been hearing as of late is a poor little baby deer trying to find its mama, and it's making me very sad.
Well, up at Mom's, what last summer that I was up there, and I was listening. I was hearing baby mountain lions, and
You hear a lot of things out here. Um, the problem is you don't know where they're coming from. Um, and the problem also comes to with like any other night there'll probably just be the frogs croaking outside my window, or last night I could hear the birds out there. The only time it gets really concerning is when you don't hear anything.
yes, that is the time to be very concerned when it gets quiet in the woods or something up. I'm looking to see if I can find that real quick, like, and
Yeah, I
I
mean
don't.
it's entirely possible you hear things around here all the time, but you kind of just chalk it up to I live out a holler with property all the way up the mountain. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, usually people.
down the road there are people that have got like a whole bunch of coon dogs
Mhm.
um put up in the yard, so you can those become second nature to hear, but then it's also you start getting worried when you don't hear them because they're
Yeah.
out there all the time. So,
Yeah. 800-pound owl. Yeah. There's
you mean
somewhere I've got
Mothman?
it. Somewhere I've got a recording of the bionic bird, and it's a very long whistle that sounds like a horse is trying to make an owl call. Is the best way to describe it. And once you've heard it, you can't unhear it. Yes, and most birds do not sing at night. Whippoorwills, nightingales, whatever they're called, they do, depending on what part of the country.
I was gonna say it's funny. There are usually a lot of birds, even though it's dark, they'll
If you're
still be
close
out.
to if you're close to water, they might be.
Well,
Because I know here on the lake we have some.
we've got a pretty good sized creek that runs across the way, so they're always you can hear them 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and even up until like now. So
Well, I would bet that you've probably got something in the woods and you just haven't figured it out yet. Don't worry, it's
I
out there.
I wouldn't be surprised, and it's if it wants to stay over there, and I'll just take care of the yard, then we're good.
It's funny though. I'll go. Like I'm thinking of going to Mom's Monday. I've got some things that may have popped up that may change that. But usually within 2 nights of me being there, being outside, I will hear a scream. Mom's like, "How do you do this? Am I here all the time?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
I just bring it with me.
So, yeah, because she'll be like, I don't ever hear that. She's like, I'd go inside. And I'm like, well, you probably should go in anyhow. There's bears, there's mountain
Yeah, well,
lions.
well, yeah, that's the thing too. Like, whenever I was still working over in Beckley, which is about 45 minutes from where I live now, um, one morning was on my way over there and going down 19. Just a bear ran across the road. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Like, ran across the highway.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was probably because I moved up here at the beginning of 2020, so that was in 2020, and I was like, just a bear across the road.
Well,
And Travis is just like, yeah, that happens.
yeah, yeah. One year, I was traveling back to DC from Tennessee, half asleep in the middle of the night, and a damn mountain lion come off the side of the mountain and ran out in front of me, and I just about wrecked it. I had a nice Ford Mustang at the time. I just about wrecked it trying to avoid it. It scared the crap out of me. I was awake then for sure.
Now, I'll tell you one thing.
Did I don't. Yeah, you did. You did send me that, Wendell. Yeah. Oh, I'm done.
Um, one thing that was really creepy. I don't remember if it was in 2020 or 2021, but went out on the back deck one day, and the we've got a good stretch of property that goes down this way to the neighbor's house, and at the fence there they've got trees on their side, and there were probably every bit of 10 vultures sitting in that tree
Oh, yeah,
just watching. And
yeah.
uh when we still had Shayna before she passed away, she was just down there along the fence up there just barking at them. And then they would, like, one at a time come over, and they landed on the garage. And I'm like, no, y'all you're freaking me
Get
out.
somewhere. You get somewhere to go. Wendell, I have heard that. Yeah, and I don't like when they get really close to camp and yell. I really don't like when they get really close to camp and growl. So, and that night that we were all up in the woods, and they were walking around through the camp, and they were impersonating voices. That was creepy. That was freaky, because I could see through the light on my tent cot. It was somebody much taller than any of my friends. And I was like, yeah, there's nothing but me and a piece of nylon and 357 reasons for you to stay on the other side of that tent cot.
No, I will say the first and only time I really went what could be considered camping, like full on tent, nothing. We went to it was me, two of my friends, and my friend's mom, and we went out to, it was down near Huntington, to just a camping place. And why I say partially camping, because at one point we went out and got Chinese food and came back, but we had made friends with, like, right down beside of us there was like a group of guys, younger boys, and we had decided to all go walking, and walked up the road, and we found there was a road that went off, and we went up there, and there was a really big cemetery, and one of our friends was getting all freaked out because we're in the middle of BFE.
And here's the cemetery, yeah.
And that's all my stuff. I'm like, oh, there's just a cemetery out here in the middle of nowhere. So she starts getting freaked out. Huh?
Gotta put them somewhere.
Yeah. So we start heading back down, and we were all in, like, this little pod together walking, and there was nobody else around in the. It was like just getting dusk, so you could see there was nobody around, and we started hearing a woman talking, and like she kept saying hello, and it had started to rain, so like we were all soaked, and she's like, well, there's somebody talking, and I'm like, just look ahead and keep going, we're going back to camp,
It's
just
a
keep going.
siren.
I'm like, just keep going. And she's like, I think I'm gonna pass out, and I was like, I will smack you before you pass out, we're walking back to camp.
I will leave you laying right here. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have reached the end of the first hour of the Misfits. Thank you for tuning in. You can catch us next week, or you can catch us Sunday night on WDJY for part 2, our Radio Fairfax. You can catch us next month. And if you have any questions, go over to YouTube, find us under the Sportcat shows, and we will be more than happy to answer your questions. Aunt Chey actually will be more than happy to answer all your questions if you come over here. So we will see you in this very near future. It was a really weird sign off.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm Miranda Maverick, and when I'm in fight camp, I never listen to the Sportcat podcast.
And we're back. I hit it a few minutes early because I've been having trouble editing. I put the Johnnies from Knoxville, Tennessee allow us to use a couple of their songs on WDJY and WRFN, and actually Radio Fairfax. And so I've been having a hard time editing in their songs at the end of the show, running it that close. So I was like, yeah, we'll just go early. So that was why I did that. And by the way, the Johnnies, you can go see them usually at the Fountain City Social and on Broadway in Knoxville, and go check them out. Bunch of good, cool guys. Tell Naomi a drink, by the way. So speaking of drink, I wish I'd brought a drink tonight. Just got my water.
Yeah, it's funny thinking back to that camping trip now. That was a really weird camping trip. We heard a lot of weird stuff.
Well, that's the thing. If you go out in the woods long enough and you get comfortable with your surroundings, eventually you will start to notice things. And it won't be just, oh, that's an owl, or oh, that's a frog, or oh, that's a. You'll be like, what was that? It makes you question things. Then when a rock comes flying out of nowhere, that's usually a telltale sign.
Right near where our tent was, there was like a little tiny playground per se for kids near where the bathrooms were. And Lord only knows what time of night it was, but we were out there screwing around on the playground with the guys, and I had the weirdest it was like part dream, part seizure, or eye twitching episode, and that was probably one of the weirdest ones that I've ever had. Is they like sat me down on one of the benches, and I already become really super hypersensitive to sound whenever that happens. That's why I particularly don't like walking around shopping in Walmart, because if one happens, there's just too much and it starts spazzing me out.
It's overstimulating, yeah.
And I my head was like, because I could just hear so much going on. It was like the weirdest one I've ever had.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever experienced that, but I did have a night terror in the woods. And in fact, that kept me from camping for probably 2 years. I didn't go back out in the woods. That's how scary. I called one of my good friends, and I was like, "Hey, next time you go out in the woods, I want to go with you." And he's like, "Okay, cool. What's up?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't been in a while." And he's like, "Okay." And he's a firefighter too. And so I told him the story, and he's like, "Okay, I get it now. Why you haven't been out camping?" He's like, "Yeah, you can go out with me," because I knew if it was a medical condition and it happened, he was a paramedic, and plus he was my friend, so I wouldn't be embarrassed around, because we'll bring people into our group occasionally to hang out, and it wouldn't be me freaking out in front of a bunch of strange people. But yeah, that kept me out of the woods for at least 2 summers. So
yeah, I can imagine so.
Was,
Thankfully, I haven't ever had to deal with anything like that. Had some
and
weird
we were
freaking dreams,
way
but...
back in the woods in North Carolina. We had went off-roading for 2 days, and it was day 2.
Yeah.
And we were way the hell back in there. I mean, like, to where you're not going to see anybody for a day. I mean, I think we did see one other 4-wheeler just out, like, riding around, and he left. He didn't, so he may have been coming back or something, but yeah, it was during the day, so we didn't see anybody at night. So
yeah. I couldn't get behind going that far out, but
yeah, that was, looking back, it was probably kind of foolish, because the guy I was with, he's much older than I am, and if he'd had a medical emergency, I don't know what the hell I would have done. I mean, I had to throw him on top of the Jeep or on top of his Land Cruiser, mark the GPS position, and go, I guess. So you think like that when you're a paramedic. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's not safe to go out really by yourself. I have a friend, he still does it. He every weekend he's got a spot, and I've been to it up in the North Georgia mountains, where he drives this. It's a fire road in the park, and there's an area where he pulls off, and he's got a little I don't know, fire pit, fire ring, whatever you want to call it, up there. And he'll throw 2 or 3 logs down, pop a lawn chair, sit there and read. And every week he takes apples and potatoes, and he gets activity. A lot of activity. So, he takes, and peanut butter. So they like peanut butter. It's a true story. So
I'd love to know what was going on whenever I think I had told this story whenever me and Travis were first on here, when we went down to that, because we would just regularly visit Point Pleasant on the regular, because it's a creepy little town, and there's always new stuff and new places to look around. And we just went driving on through, instead of like stopping along near the main street, like where the Mothman Museum and everything is down by the river. And we had eventually turned off because there was it was some kind of farm museum, and we stopped and parked. It wasn't anything that you had to pay for. And it was almost like as soon as we got there, everybody else that was there was gone. Because we walked into, there was one big main building that looked like some kind of dining hall, which I think it might be a place where they regularly hold, like, maybe if they do like a town dinner or something like that. It looked somewhere like where they would hold that. And we saw like 2 or 3 people in there that just kind of looked at us whenever we walked in. And we turned around and went back out. And because I think I had looked it up, and something was supposed to have went on that day, was the reason why we were there. And then there were, like, here's the main building, and there were separate little buildings that kind of went in a bit of a circle. And so we just went to each one, and they were either little little cabins that were set up for like specific people that had lived there, and this is what it looked like during that time. Or there were these two weird buildings that were like this big game hunter from down there. This was basically the museum to his display for all this crazy hunting that he had done. And then the other one was like some weird other hunter had collected these deformed, or they were born with problems, animals that had been taxidermied.
Deformed?
Yeah, they were, it was like...
Ew.
There was like a sheep that had it had two eyes, but in one of the eyes it had like two irises, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we were so stunned. Usually in places and stuff like that I'll take pictures, but we were so stunned by everything. I was just like, where the heck did we end up? And then once you continued around the right part of the circle, there was like a little barn, and there were a couple of donkeys, some goats, some sheep, and like two smaller horses.
Oh.
And when we went in there, those animals looked scared to death. There was like one little spot in here.
They're afraid they're going to be stuffed.
One little spot over here, one little spot over here, and then one bigger part where it looked like they could go out into the pasture behind there. But I don't know how they would have because of how grown up it was. But on either of these two sides, the animals were like up against the walls. Like one right behind each other. And like I felt terrible when we walked in there. And it's one of the weird things that I got into on Facebook was there's this guy from over in Scotland who shows how they take care of cows' hooves whenever there's problems. And how they do, and then there's another one that shows how they do the fitting and everything for horseshoes.
Yeah.
So whenever I saw there were the like spikes coming out the top of their hoof, I felt really bad because I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, who's doing this to them?
It was either missized or they outgrew it. Yeah.
Well, that is how it is done, but I didn't know that at the time. How the spikes go through there. Like on it, you can see them come through the hoof, the spikes that they put in.
And they're not supposed to come out the top.
I've seen how they do it, and it makes sense for what I saw.
Okay, I've never seen them come out like the actual top of the hoof, or I guess it would be the side, but.
Well, typically it will come out, and then they clip the tip of the.
Okay, well that may be the screw. Okay.
They'll clip the tip of the spike, and then typically, like for show horses, they will paint the.
Okay.
Paint the hoof, so it's like they're all black or whatever. And I didn't know that at the time, and I was like, "What have they done? What are they doing?" And then we go out from there, and you can see along the whole back of this place is a big field. And there's something back over in that field.
Oh.
Because there you could see the rustling of the weeds or whatever it was back there. And you could see birds and different stuff along the top making noises. And I'm just like,
It's time to go.
I was like, hey, that's, we should, just quickly go through the rest of this and,
Get
I was
me
like, I
out of
don't.
here.
And it was funny, we would, because a lot of them were, like, one was like an old, what would be like an old dentist office and different stuff through there. And I would just keep, like, after we were going through each one, I'm still just like. And then, like I said, it was like not too long after we got there, those people that we saw on there left. We were the only vehicle there. So we had made it just over halfway around the circle. What was that?
So what? Messing with you.
So after we had made it about halfway around the circle, there was no car that pulled up. We would have heard it. A woman is just following along the circle behind us, going into each of the same things that we were. And
Wow.
we probably had about 2 places left to look, and I was like, we're getting the hell out of here.
What town was this?
It was in Point Pleasant.
Yeah, no. Don't think I'll go there.
Well, it's worth it to go see the TNT area.
I
But
saw
you gotta
an
go
ad
find it.
that said that now the West Virginia Bigfoot Museum is open. I don't know if it was
Have
just
to look
open
and
for the
see where that's
summer or if it's something new. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it was. I didn't pay attention, but I just saw a sign. It flashed up on my Facebook feed. It's now open. So maybe they're only open for summer. Maybe, I don't know, but
Well, they, I forget if it was because the Mothman Museum was in a smaller space and it has since moved to a bigger one. And when we went the first time, I think it was the guy that was working in there that told us how to get to the area, because they do tours during the weekend of the Mothman Festival, but I don't think it was like what we went and did. Because weirdly enough, right before the road that you go down, there is a Christmas tree farm. And I was like, oh, I've been here before. We used to come here and get our Christmas trees. And you just head down that road and you've got to count so many off turns, because I don't know what happens when you go all the way down this road, but there are, every so often, there are little barriers. And I think it was like the 3rd or 4th one down, and we basically had to hop the railing and walk back through there. And it was like the first one was open, you could go into it, and I remember taking pictures in there. And then the second one you couldn't go into because the door was closed. And then the third one, the door was closed and it was incredibly overgrown. And then Travis just decides to continue on walking and is leaving me there.
he had enough of you.
He's like, I'm just seeing what's ahead up here. And I was like, don't leave me standing here.
And Wendell, to answer your question, no, I have not been to the one in Blue Ridge. It's on my list of things to do. Hello, Harley. Welcome to the show. Please like, follow, subscribe, share, thumbs up,
Harley.
all that good stuff. How are you, Harley? I haven't talked to her in a while. I was on. I've been on. Well, she probably didn't know who I am. I was on a show with her, so.
Last time we talked, we were talking about boobs.
I like that subject. So,
Let me see.
who doesn't like a little good boob conversation? I was going to tell you,
It's in Sutton.
Is that close? Relatively
Directions.
speaking.
It's about an hour and 10 minutes.
No, you should go check it out.
Once you, because like from where we live, when you keep heading on down, you'll end up coming to where you can go down 19 and you head right, and that's when you head towards Fayetteville, Oak Hill, and Beckley area, or you go left and you head towards Summersville. So basically you stay on 19 the whole time past Summersville.
Ah, good. Good, Harley. Looking for guests for your show? Hey, hit me up. I'm busy this summer, but I can try and help you out if you need me to. Be more than glad to. And if there's anyone else out there, Harley's got a great show. So look her up.
There's also a Bigfoot festival.
Oh,
the 27th through the 29th.
Trying to figure out a way to share this video. I wanted to show you. No, let's see. Where is it?
Oh, and you can find Harley at the asylum with Harley and Joker.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Let me see if I can figure it out. I'm going to show you. This is the video I was telling you about. So, pardon the language. This is just me playing a tape or whatever you. It didn't do too well for him. So, yeah, there's a different angle of it. Let's see. I think it's this one. I think. I may hit the same one twice, but this is. He rode the lightning.
He didn't kick him as bad as I thought he did.
No, he didn't. Hold on, let's see. Here we get back chat. yeah, he face planted. Yeah, I got I got some close up pictures because that was at a Cincinnati Reds game. Cincinnati was playing Cleveland Guardians, and he decided he's an Ohio State student. He decided he was going to run out onto the field. And he went up to the first player, an outfielder, and tried to talk to him, and he was basically ignoring him. And so then he decided he was going to do a backflip. Well, didn't end up too well for him. So hold on a second. Let me figure out how to share this screen. I'll show you. Share screen. Share screen. Yes. I understand. Let's go on. Yeah, so when he came out, he was looking good. he was proud. So there's some.
I want to.
There's some.
His face.
He rode the lightning. So he is 19. He is a son of a judge. And I'm not trying to control a cuss word. And he is wearing a Johnny Bench uniform, which Johnny Bench is the player that was kicked out of baseball forever. But he decided to do a face plant, and the expression
is hysterical.
Well, here's the thing. Somebody's already making a challenge coin out of it. And I'm kind of mad because I didn't.
Let me know when that comes out.
They're on back order already. So yeah, he got air. And
I love the cop's face.
And then, well,
Okay, now,
FAFO.
now
that's gonna be the actually I should make it like that. That would be even more appropriate.
oh, hold on. I gotta get a picture of
Uh,
that.
I can send it to you there, but
There we go. Oh, I love the look on his stupid
well,
face.
Ross sent me a message that I did not know that about Johnny Bench. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that out loud, Ross. I did not know that. But he was kicked out of baseball for gambling. Yes. But yeah, and Harley, it is the Cleveland Indians, but they changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians and almost lost that in a stupid lawsuit. Because they thought that they had more money than they did than Roller Girls, and so they named it after. There was already the Cleveland Guardians was a Roller Girls name, and so they took them to court, and they were like, "Well, we're Major League Baseball. We're a pro sport." They won.
Oh no! Don't mess with the girls.
They ended up paying them a lot of money. True story. So yeah.
Good for them.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the part I love best. Johnny Bench and Ross, if you're not watching, let me know. I'll send this to you if you're just listening. Johnny Bench took and got a high quality graphic printout of the actual image of the Cincinnati police officer deploying his taser on the Johnny Bench wannabe and signed it. Great catch, Cincinnati's finest, Johnny Bench. And he mailed it to the officer.
I hope that's framed in his office.
Oh, that's it's worth the write up, you know.
That's hysterical.
But I mean, so he was. Oh wait a minute, I got another picture here. Where is it? Here's the other thing. He goes to court. And this is his mugshot. He goes to court and he pleads not guilty. Now, I'm not a very bright person, but that's how.
I mean, good luck fighting that one.
Yeah, so he's the next morning in court because he got to spend the night. He's still wearing his jersey. He pled not guilty.
He's
and
like,
the judge
I'm hungover AF.
Yeah, that's a bad party look. He pled not guilty, and the judge
look
said,
at look at like the lawyer's face.
yeah, he's
God,
like,
I'm gonna punch you.
I really got to represent this guy. He pled
You
not
owe me
guilty.
one for this.
But then, so the judge reduced it from a felony to a misdemeanor and banned him from all MLB games. So he's wearing a Johnny Bench uniform. Ironically, he is now banned from baseball. But
now can we put
this? But the
great
judge
catch on
said to
that
him,
one?
"You had your 15 minutes of fame, and you stuck the landing." After he just pled not guilty, he says, "Yes, I did, Your Honor." I'm sure his lawyer wanted to punch him in the throat.
Well, hence the look on his face there.
What an idiot.
Oh,
I got a
gosh.
better picture here somewhere of. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. The cops turn on lights, sirens, they activate the blue lights. But when it gets to this point, you done FA and FO'd right there. I'm sorry. I fully agree. They're giving the police officer a lot of grief because, he deployed the taser, said that, there was other people there.
Angry.
Well, at that particular moment, he thought he probably tried to kick him, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him. I would have thought that, but they're giving the officer grief. He's on leave now because of it's an investigation. That's a bunch of crap. You ran out onto a professional ball field during a live broadcast, national broadcast,
Just
and
to make a butthole of yourself.
What if he had a knife and ran up to a player?
It'd still be his fault.
Absolutely. I don't know if they. I haven't been to a baseball game in a long time. I don't know if you have to go through metal detectors or what the protocol is, but what if he had a weapon? So I don't think the officer went too far. I think that was appropriate use of force. I just shot him in the nuts.
I knew wasn't going to be able to catch him. Got to get him down somehow.
Exactly, and it helped expedite the game. You're interfering with commerce, so yeah, FAFO. So he rode the lightning, but yeah. So now I should have mentioned this last night on the Great and Guardian show. Phoenix
we need to find that cop.
Is in trouble for a challenge coin they made, where it's an image where one of their officers, I think it's Phoenix, one of their officers deployed the beanbag gun and took out a testicle. And it was caught at that exact moment. And they put that on a challenge coin. And so I think it was Phoenix. they were like, that was use of excessive use of force. It's a beanbag gun. Come on. But yeah, he pled not guilty. He's a student at Ohio State, probably going to study law. Oh, it's so funny.
And that was in Cincinnati.
The officer with the on the ball field, yeah, it was in Cincinnati. So yeah, they've already got a challenge coin out for it. It's not a very good one. It's just a picture on a coin. Georgia has two. State police have two challenge coins from where the guy turned up. He ran past the police officers in a car and drove up through the middle of a parade. And I think he may have actually run over a person or something. And the Georgia State police officer come out of nowhere and just bashed his cruiser into him and put him up on the sidewalk and into the side of a building and jumped out of his cruiser before the guy had a chance to do anything and jerked him out and had him handcuffed on the hood halfway out of his truck or car, whatever he was in. And they've made a challenge coin out of that. They're like, don't come to Georgia. Don't mess around in Georgia.
Well, apparently, hold on, where was it?
We were also the ones that they were protesting something on Georgia State campus, and the officer just picked the guy up and carried him off. He told him, he told him, he said, walk. He was already in handcuffs, and the guy was like, what are you going to do? Carry me? And he flopped to the ground. So the officer picked him up and carried him like a little child. It's like, don't be stupid, people. Don't! You irritate me. So, and yes, I do support the Thin Blue Line. So I was in the business for many years, and I never had any bad incidents. Well, with law enforcement. I had plenty of bad people. Been shot at, attempted to be stabbed, That was just Saturday night.
The public information officer for the Cincinnati Police Department stated that the use of the taser is under investigation, as is standard procedure for any use of force, according to report. The officer's quick response allowed the game to continue uninterrupted for the players and fans in attendance.
Yeah, absolutely. It expedited the game. Okay, Ross, thanks for listening. And thanks for use of yergsradio.com and allowing us to put our broadcast on it. I will send you the picture, Ross. It is in your messenger. So I don't think Johnny Bench should have been kicked out of professional baseball.
So here was the quote. The Inquirer reported that during the hearing, Hamilton Municipal Court Judge William Mallory told Hendon, "Everybody thinks you landed that backflip." Hendon then replied, "I'm pretty sure I did."
What a dumbass.
The Guardians won 5-3, though.
Yeah. But Cincinnati was home. It was their game, so he cursed him. So he jinxed them. And, that's going to be the funny thing. If they go on a streak right now where they lose, hold on a second.
It will. You can send all complaints to William Hendon.
There you go. Hey, we have a caller. Is this Ross? Can you hear me?
How about now?
Now I can hear you. There you are. How are you?
So, where did you find that Johnny Bench was banned from baseball?
That's like sports history. He bet on baseball.
That's Pete Rose, knucklehead.
Oh shit, you're right.
Johnny Bench was the
Johnny
gay
Bench.
catcher.
Okay. You're right. My
Pete
bad.
Rose was the one who was banned for baseball.
Okay.
For gambling.
You're right. My bad. So, but yeah, I still think it's funny. Did you see the picture where Johnny Bench printed it out and sent it?
I finally got a decent and I'm wrenching on the first email for the 450 people in my personal contacts list that I've stolen from and am about to spam.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be like a nice message, here's what we're doing. Forgive me for sending this to you if you have no idea who I even am anymore because we hooked up 20 years ago or something like that. But over to the left of the email is all the different radio stations and Shea Yerg's, the hotel property, blah, blah, blah. If you are no longer interested in any of these, please just simply unsubscribe. Don't consider this a spam because you did actually give me your email address, even if it was a long time ago.
50 years. That's funny. I've done that inadvertently when I've gotten a new account.
The reason why I started listening was because I got to put all these hyperlinks into like Rainbow Radio, which we still have to say, by the way.
Yes, you do.
Sports station later this fall. Just listen here, type link on the email. And so I had to create the link. I had to go, find my homepage and see if there was anything beyond just yergsradio.com that I could use. But the listen feature, whatever the hell that player is on the homepage. So I don't even know my own website.
And you found the best show on your radio station. It's great. So it's perfect timing.
Yes, the best show behind all of mine.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. I'll let you, no, I do. I joke around, but I do appreciate everything you do for us here for the Misfits.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All of our shows.
But so now back to your baseball story.
Yes.
The guy that ran out on the field.
Yeah, he rode the lightning. Yeah. He got tased. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you said rode the lightning. I thought, wow, what did he get the electric chair for?
That's a quick sentence.
Because that's usually the phrase for the electric chair.
I thought that in law enforcement, ride the lightning was that you got tased.
Well, maybe for that part, yeah. But that's where they got it from. That's an old saying for the electric chair.
Gotcha.
But did he go after Johnny Bench?
No.
Or did he go after Rose?
No, he was wearing a Johnny Bench uniform. And he came out and the Guardians were on the field and he ran up to the center fielder. The center fielder was backing up from him. And of course, by that time, security's running towards him. Well, the guy runs towards the infield and stops, and he doesn't realize by this time the officer is right behind him, and he does a backflip, and he almost kicks the officer in the face during the backflip because the officer's trying to push him away. And when he pushes him away and he lands, the kid takes off running, and the officer at this point was done playing with him and deployed the taser on him. So, yeah. There's people complaining saying that it's unjustified, but I mean, you got I don't know 60,000 people in a stadium. This kid could have had a knife and went after a player. No, don't play stupid games. Yeah. So, yeah, I could see it if he'd shot him in the back. That would have been over, excessive force. But tasing, come on. So, And you can't. How do you expect? He's the son of a judge. Is the craziest thing. How does he expect he's not going to get some form of punishment? You know, and he pleads.
Yeah.
He pleads not guilty. His lawyer's just looking at him like, "You really are a dumbass." In one of the
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a 19-year-old Ohio State student. So, what do
Nice.
you expect from a college that has "Hang On Sloopy" as their theme song? You know, so
There you go.
yeah.
I was sitting here, I sent you all that info. I sent you all that info through the text, and like, well, he just saw part of it because you didn't know. I thought it was common knowledge, or maybe it's even just a rumor, but I thought it was common knowledge that Johnny Bench was gay.
I'd never heard that.
And but when you said that he was banned from baseball, I'm like, he's got to be thinking about Pete Rose.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. You corrected me. Yes.
So Pete Rose really had nothing to do with the story then, is what you're saying?
No. Pete Rose had nothing to do with the story. The Pete Rose has only come up in the news now because there's the second player just in the past 2 weeks has been. Yeah, I think I sent you that, did I? Yeah, has been kicked out of baseball.
Was he on the Padres?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I sent you the one where the referee got ejected for pushing the play.
I saw that before. Yeah.
I'd never seen that. I was like, whoa, that's out of control. You can't do that.
I haven't seen any follow-up on that either. Like what, because there was something as he was being led off the field by his home plate umpire, he turns around and bumps into the player that he was jabbing with. Well, that player way exaggerated, his bounce back off the black umpire.
Yeah, he learned from the NBA.
Yeah. And I can't help but wonder if that was something
personal
that had to do with it. Was that if there was a racial slur shot at him
or something? Yeah, something, or his family, or made a your mama joke or something. Yeah. Look, at that point, it was personal to him when he turned around. You're absolutely right. So,
been there,
but yeah, you can't do that. So you gotta remain professional. It's like when you're on the streets as a police officer, paramedic, fireman. People say stupid things to your face, and you just look at them and smile and call them sir, ma'am. So.
Yeah.
And then when you get back to the station, that's when you talk about it. So
don't miss any of that.
No, that part I do not miss. So I don't know if you caught either Grin and Guardian Gang show last night. We had a lieutenant from Miami-Dade on, and she was awesome.
Cool.
And
nice.
She was she's making dolls. Well, she's not making them. Well, she made them, but she's selling them to raise money for firefighters for cancer. So
very cool.
Yeah. You might look at promoting her on your site. I think it's a good cause. So
yeah.
So
I'm trying to figure out Constant Contact right now. It's kicking my ass.
Yeah, you sent me a message the other day on text with a link, and I clicked on it, and it brought me into a voice meeting. I'm like, whoa, what am I in?
Really?
Yeah, it was through something on what's that app you love? Where it's all voice meetings. I forget the name of it.
I know what you're talking about.
Starts with the C. Clubhouse. Yeah. Because I just clicked on the link. I was like, what did Ross send me? He never texted me, and so I clicked it, and it brought me into a meeting. I'm like, oh shit, can they hear me?
What time of day was it?
I don't know. It was early afternoon. Oh, my phone's across the room.
Our mutual buddy that you're not too happy with,
the police officer.
Yeah, the retired police officer, the radio guy.
Yeah.
He does a Clubhouse room every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. where he talks just about podcasting and radio presenting and things like that.
Oh, okay.
But I would love for you to go there because I think you would enjoy it. But based on your most recent interaction with him, I don't know if that's something you want to do yet. That's entirely up to you.
Well, you just don't think I'm big enough yet, so but I'll get there.
I think
Oh,
Fridays
that
are. Is that what you asked? Friday?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think actually, his day off. Like he doesn't schedule anything on Friday, and he didn't mean to sound blowing you off type.
Yeah, well, it sounded that way, but I was like, whatever. I was like,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and I kind of agree, but I don't think that's what he meant. But anyway, that's the one I do regularly every Tuesday and Thursday. I do think there's something else, and I think I may have sent you something for that too. Or if it was early afternoon, it was probably for my show because we're putting Psycho and the Psychic and Up the Middle, which is the name of the Friday show now, on Clubhouse. We're on Twitter Spaces. We're on Twitter Video. We're on like all the social media I can find, which also has a lot of video. Our radio show has more video than it does audio.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out how to go live on a bunch of these places yet, but yeah, I need to. Somebody sent me an invitation to D Live. I'd never heard of it, and they're like, "You need to be going on here. It's the new YouTube." Oh, okay.
I think that was me because I'm on that.
Okay. And I got another one for one called Big O, Biggo, Big O.
That one I don't know yet.
Yeah, it looks like just basically another YouTube or TikTok, really, because it was more a bunch of young people.
So yeah, that's the thing. Is that Twitch is a real big gamer channel,
yes,
or platform. I mean,
yes. I actually get a lot of good feedback from Twitch. We're live on Twitch right now, so
yeah.
So
yeah, I'm trying to get our stuff out there.
I know you are, and one of these days I'll be big enough where I can have people on. So. Hey, I joke. I joke against. I would joke it, but the other day the reality hit me when they gave me the number of people that were listening to me on the Thin Line Rock station. I was like, "What? No, not were that many people listening to me."
What numbers are you getting on Thin Line?
He said it was somewhere just under 10K for my Friday show. So.
I think I want to. Do you know what their openings are? You know, where they have space. You know, where they would put me if I did something.
He just posted a schedule. So no, to answer that, I really don't know because he just posted the schedule, and he's got a couple new people in. I think in the mornings. And one Turk does the afternoons. I'm not there, so he does Wednesdays and Fridays. And there was another person who didn't recognize the name that was in there on a later in the afternoon show. So, but yeah, message them. They'll get you hooked up. And if Fuel would ever get back with us, I'm supposedly going to be live on Fuel one day when I grow up. So,
yeah, I'm finding, and you've done the same thing. I'm finding so many other stations that do return messages.
Yes.
There are literally thousands of stations out there in the formats that we're doing.
Yes. And they want good quality content. And once you're on in a couple places and they hear your stuff, they usually will pick you up. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm in talks with one in Vermont and one in Tennessee right now. So I don't think
internet or terrestrial.
Terrestrial. I don't know that it'll go anywhere, especially with the one in Vermont because they're more like I think they're really looking to keep for like Vermont people, you know, to be a local community thing. So
I think I tried to talk to them too. They are.
Yeah. Okay. So, but
A lot of these smaller stations are going that way, which is what I'm trying to do with the internet stuff. Now, I want to find you in Atlanta and be able to do Atlanta shit. And you know, me down here in the Tampa Bay, so on and so forth. I got a guy up in DC now, by the way. You know, good
cool.
hook.
Cool.
Send me the link to your fair and the schedule to your Fairfax stuff. I'll send that to him.
Okay, I can do that.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we're on twice a month there. We're on once a week there. So, but yeah, I'll
Nice.
send it to you. Yeah, it's one week it's a Misfits,
show.
and then the next week it's a paranormal, and then it rotates. The next week it's back a Misfit show. So yeah, I kind of wish they'd do them like back to back, but it's every other like Wednesday at 6 or something like that. So it was a decent time slot. So I couldn't complain. But yeah, man, we'll get this out there. And then recently I've signed up, and I'm trying to be in the Parapost network. Well, I am in the Parapost network. So
I think you sent me that too.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. So I'm not sure that it would work for your format, but it's still a good thing to do. So
yeah. All right, I got to get back to newsletters.
You do that, because I'll tell you what, when this show ends, I'm going toes up. I may steal your station tomorrow for Big Brother show, so I'll let you know.
Okay. Send me a schedule so I can update that, and I don't go schedule because I'm this guy in DC. I want to get on the schedule too.
Okay.
So I want to have one of you not be able to get on because the other's on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can do that. Well, this is going to be I don't even know what to call it. It's like they're introducing the players, but it's a month in advance. So, the game doesn't start until actually a month from tomorrow. So, and then we haven't totally decided what night we're going to go live yet. So we'll see. Definitely, yeah. Well,
how about stuff in the UFL season?
It ends tomorrow. Tomorrow's their championship game. So that'll end to Monday night. Yeah, that went quick, didn't it? So that's a short season. It's only 10 weeks, including the Super Bowl or whatever they call it.
Yeah, they're not going to keep people as long as the NFL does. So I think they were smart to get it over with.
Yeah. Well, they did announce they got a good deal from Fox and ESPN, I think, for Sunday night. No, they got Fox for Sunday Night Football, I think, next year during the spring. So I was like surprised. I figured it would be all baseball. So, and now with the WNBA growing as much as it is, so
yeah,
which I'm so happy to see that finally. So even though the fans love it, the players hate it. I don't understand that. You're going to get more money, more revenue, more stuff sold, but they're complaining. I don't get
that's
that.
what women do. Sorry.
Yeah, well,
I'm over here in my own little world.
Yeah, don't get me. Yeah, you haven't really met Cheyenne. So yeah, she doesn't know how to take you yet.
Is it just the two of you tonight?
Yeah. Summer's sick. Summer on vacation, and so it just kind of worked out. It was just me and her. So we're like, well, we're gonna keep the show going. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Brenda hopped in for a few minutes. We made sure she was okay from her snake bite. So
we were for what?
You didn't hear about that?
Snake bite.
No.
Yeah, she was taken to the hospital, and she was pretty sick. She put her one leg down between a copperhead that was going after her chihuahua, and so it bit her. And when it bit into her, it bit into the lower part of her foot. And it couldn't get out. It was hung in her, I don't know, tendons, ligaments, something. So here she got one leg and she's got a copperhead attached to it. She's screaming. When the paramedics arrived, what seems to me would have been common sense would have been an axe. But they loaded her up in the stretcher with a plastic bag and the snake taped inside the plastic bag to the hospital. No, not a chance in hell. that would have made it ever into my ambulance.
What?
There'd have been some serious something would have happened.
It wasn't. It's not like it's. Oh, for God's sake!
but
Thoughts exactly.
It's not like that's. But it's not like that's. Like an impaled thing where if you take it out, all the blood's gonna come out of your body.
Exactly.
You want to take that out to get the venom out.
Yeah, because it's shooting venom into her, So, but yeah, they took it to the hospital, let the hospital kill it. If I'd have been a doctor, I'd have been like, no, that doesn't come in here either.
Yeah, I don't that.
But yeah,
I'm
but
with that one.
But I told her, I said, Brenda, I love you, but you're probably the only person in the world I know that would ever happen to. And it was her one good leg. So yeah, she had to receive the anti-venom and everything. She was sick as a dog. So and now
she was a little twitchy there for a little while.
Now, God love her, she has a twitch. So yeah. If you're listening, Brenda, I love you. I'm sorry. So, but, yeah.
I was going to say she and I were busting each other's balls all week.
No,
she's sending me all these Trump memes about how great he is, or how stupid Biden is, and I'm sending her all my retorts to it.
Oh well, there's enough to go around on both camps there.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna get there. I'm not going there. So. I don't like either party. Oh, but hell, I might need to start learning to speak Russian. They're already about to take Florida, I think.
I don't get that. What the hell? I have a meme for that too. It's a picture of Reagan looking pissed off, and he says, "Republicans siding with Russia." What the actual?
Yeah, well, I mean, my father was alive during the Cuban Missile embargo. He was on a ship. What the hell?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was under Kennedy. So, yeah, I don't get that. But yeah, so I have to learn to speak Russian, I guess. My friend's in Alaska. I talked to one of him. I shot him a message, and he said, "Oh, we're all just waiting for it up here." He's like, "We're telling them to bring it." I was like, "Good Lord." But yeah, so Ross, if they take you, just throw yourself under mercy and learn to speak Russian. So you'll be all right. So.
Any hostage negotiations, go to bobbydizzle.com.
Shoot, Bobby Dizzle will be going to Tennessee. That'd be closer to him. I don't think that they're stupid enough to do anything, but I think that we shouldn't be letting them play around on our coast either. I mean, there's people posting pictures on X and Facebook of their beach vacation with a Russian submarine.
Hey, there's the Russians.
Yeah, we shouldn't be
nice
tolerating
view with the
that.
sunset.
I don't care what party you are. We're Americans. We shouldn't be tolerating that.
Yeah.
So
that's.
One thing I hadn't thought. I'm kind of shocked that some redneck hasn't went down there and decided to pop off a few rounds at a submarine.
Yeah, which one was the one that said to Putin, and I think that it was a hot mic moment, "Let me talk tough in front of the cameras, and then we can talk."
I thought that was Obama, wasn't it?
That's what somebody else said. I thought it was Trump.
I was thinking, no, I thought that predated Trump. No, there were some moments where Trump and him did some stuff, but I thought that was beforehand. But I don't know.
I thought it was right around the time of he had something like 5 personal meetings with Putin that he wouldn't tell anybody what they discussed.
I mean, be honest.
I thought it was around the same time as that.
Do we have to know what they say in every one of those? I mean, as an
I don't
American
know.
citizen, I mean, I don't really think we need to know.
Well, I'm sure if there's, conversations they're having on, that they're both not wanting to get out, like they're going to kind of support the Cold War openly, and then
Apparently that
keep
was
channels
Trump
open in the
says that.
background or whatever.
It was Trump, okay.
It says,
Well, I mean,
I'm tough with you for the cameras.
Well, how?
What did she say?
She said it was Trump. She looked it up. She fact checked it.
Can you have her give her my contact? I think we're already friends. I think, but have her send me that link, please.
Okay, I can do
Got it.
She's on it.
So. See if you can hear me.
Yeah, yeah, you're live. You're going out over the air. So yeah. She's my paranormal assistant. She's amazing. So
nice.
But yeah, well,
yeah, she's been talking to you up quite a bit.
So, yeah, I love her to death. So
you and I haven't talked recently all that much, but
yeah, I think
this is the longest conversation you and I had since probably April.
Probably, yeah. The show probably wouldn't have went on at times without some of her help. So because I've been so backed up with having to take care of family things, so she's been a big help, and I appreciate it.
Restructuring my mortgage. So that's what I'm doing.
Man, suddenly
there's so much stations that are so far behind, but if I don't do the mortgage thing, I'm not going to have a station to broadcast from.
Yeah, well, you got to take care of yourself and the family first.
So, well, I'm going to get back to taking care of this damn email.
If you're looking for somewhere with a good home equity line of credit pricing, get in touch with me.
Yeah, she's a bank manager. She'll hook you up.
Does she have me on Facebook, or what? Where is she and I connected?
I would say Facebook. She's
on TikTok, but I'll find him.
Oh, she's on TikTok, but she'll find you on Facebook. So
okay,
he's easy. He gets around. He's on X. He's on Facebook. He's on X, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch.
So you gave in and are calling it X, huh?
Well, I got tired of saying, formerly known as. So yeah.
I just call it Twitter still.
Yeah, but then they're going to say we're one of those old people that don't change. So, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm at the age where get off my lawn.
Right. Get off my xeriscaping.
Exactly. All right, brother. Well, I'm glad you called in. I actually hadn't talked to you in a while, so it was good to hear from you.
Yeah,
You're doing good. So
right there she is, confirmed.
Yeah, you can't steal her. She's mine. So can't have her. I lent her out to Freddie, and I'm now wondering if I should have done that. So
I can't wait to talk about this on Friday.
Okay, well, there you go.
I think that's what you're looking for. That's the only thing I found.
Well, I mean, that's probably.
It seemed like Obama did have a hot mic moment, but it might not have been with Russia. It may have been with somebody else. He said something to another world leader. So, but they all do. I mean, Reagan took Gorbachev in a private room, broke open a bottle of whiskey, and had some Cuban cigars. So,
yeah, the thing that he had to fight though was he went on a weekly radio address and said, "We begin bombing in 10 minutes."
Yes, I've outlawed Russia or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bad hot mic to have when you're president. I'm sure there were some people on the other side of the world. He said, "What?"
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we will.
All right, buddy.
Soon.
Talking to everybody again. Shay, thanks for the info. Thanks for the friend request. Accepted right away, and we'll all stay in touch.
There you go. All right, man. Thanks for letting us use your radio.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Of course. Yep.
Bye-bye. That was good. I don't get to talk to Ross that often, so that was good. And
Well, he seems like he stays pretty busy.
it's true. And hold on. So for those of you at WDJY and WFRN and Radio Fairfax and all the other FM stations that are out there supporting the paranormal guys, the Misfits and Grin and Guardian gang, thank you. We appreciate it, and you will see us soon. For those of you on YouTube or the rest of my listening audience, hang around for a few more minutes. We have a little bit of bonus Misfits, and we always do. So find us on the Sportcat shows. We're here every Saturday night, so we will be looking for you, and we're always on Guyz Radio. Yeah, let me find the button here.
This is Robin Williams. I never listen to the Sportcat show.
And there we
funny.
are.
It's so funny with that. On Temu, I found a little clip for like nurses to put their badge on.
Mhm.
And I'm almost hoping that one of my friends who works for the hospital now has to have something like that. She's not a nurse, but it has Mrs. Doubtfire on it, and it says "Help is on the way, dear," and I want to get it for her so bad.
Well, this is the bonus. We're probably not going to go an hour tonight, but this is the bonus time for the Misfits, where we are allowed to curse. We're no longer FM radio or family friendly, so if your ears are going to get hurt, well then off. So
Fuck off.
I shouldn't say that. My two fans may get offended. I've already offended for Pete Rose for getting him banned from, or Johnny Bench. I don't know, whichever the hell it was. I got pissed off for being banned in baseball.
Probably both of them.
You're both big fans, so. See, and I claim to know so much about sports.
And
I blame it on the brain disease.
I claim ignorance on all.
Yeah, well, I blame it on the brain disease, so that's what my excuse is. So, yeah, so did you have anything that we were going to go over tonight? And I've talked and BS my way through.
Not really. I just had my movies and stuff.
Well, I'm going to save them for another week.
Yeah, that'd probably be best. There are several.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm not trying to run you off or in the show or anything. I'm just saying that we can always do that. And also, if you're out there listening and you think you can be a misfit, that you can keep up with us, welcome. Come on. We wouldn't mind having the extra hands on deck when somebody's on vacation or out sick. It's always nice to have somebody else. So come on down. We welcome you.
Just make sure
Actually,
you have some good
next
ideas.
Well, next week, I'm not sure how we're going to keep up because we have a comedian that's going to go the full 2 hours, and she's a ukulele comedian. As I told her, I said, you got to give me... Yes, and she does voices. She's a voice actress. I said, you got to give me 2 clean hours. I said, after that, it's bonus hours. You can say whatever you want. She's like, oh, I'm going to live for those 2 hours. So I have no idea what she has in mind. So
I look forward to it.
it's where I'm puckered. I'm already stressed enough about what gets sent out. So now that I'm on so many places,
I think she'll do good.
oh, absolutely, yeah. She sounds like a sweetheart. She's a nerd like us with comic books and cosplay, and so she'll be fine. So we'll have a lot to talk about. So I'm gonna basically just be like, floor is yours. We're just here as your jesters. So
we are your puppets.
yeah. And I had my card deck. I found my card deck today. I was gonna show you my fortune telling skills. So I was gonna pick any card out of there. What is it? So problem is I still can't read it on the screen, even if I tried to.
I could make out the J. That was about as much it.
Yeah, it was the Joker. So
yeah. Well,
I need to get the cards for old blind people that have, hold it up. I'm thinking, didn't Johnny Carson do that? He did it with
Yeah,
a
that was,
closed letter.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna drive me crazy. I can see him doing it now. Oh,
did it start
no,
with
I can't.
K? Because they did a joke about it on The Office.
Yeah, it was one of his things. Oh, Ross said Howard Stern copied it with Sternick. So, well, I could try it with the cards, but I don't think I could. I don't think I could read it if I. No, I can't read the screen. It'd have to be on me full screen. Yeah, I can't remember. Karnak. That's right. Karnak the Great.
The Magnificent.
The Magnificent. Yeah, have you ever went back and watched any of his clips on YouTube? He was actually, for his time in his time slot, he pushed the envelope, but he was actually really good. I mean, for where he was. So, Sam Kinison, yeah.
Travis has had me watch a lot of early Conan.
Conan was all right, but
he liked early Conan. And there's a dude.
David
I don't know
Letterman.
if he was British.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he hosted the Academy Awards for a year or two, and he got kicked off of that duty too. I know who you're talking about. Ricky Gervais.
No.
Ross is saying James something. I remember I switched when they moved Letterman. I switched to watching Letterman. James Corbin is who Ross says it is. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he wasn't British. Maybe he was Scottish. I don't know.
When they bumped Letterman, I started following Letterman. I was more of a Letterman guy than
Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I remember him.
No, I hate James Corden. He's
so Drew Carey's boss. I have a Sam Kinison impersonator that's on my friends list on Facebook and has said he would come on one night, but during the summertime is apparently a very busy time for a lot of the impersonators because they're doing the cruises. So I watched his stuff on his Facebook page. He's Sam Kinison's doppelganger. So I don't know how I could conform him to FM radio. I don't even know that I'd want to. So, but yeah,
might just have
so I'm
to
trying to get
do a pre-recorded 2 hours that's off.
Yes, 2 hour Misfit special. We need to set up Patreon or something for our two loyal fans. So, and ask them to send me $2 a month.
Hey, I had the plans on that in the works. They're actually right here.
You're way ahead of me on this. So,
yeah, this was from a while ago of figuring out which would work best for us.
Yeah, because there's a couple like buy a cup of coffee, and then there's another one that's
there's
Patreon. There's a couple of them.
I've got these apps on here because we were looking into stuff. There's Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, Fanbase. Those were ones we were. I have all of my apps very strategically organized, where I have just one giant one that's podcast stuff and one that's just comic stuff.
You're so organized.
I start getting freaked out whenever I don't have it all right where I need to go for it.
Well, we will be there soon.
But we had discussed it before we did the Kickstarter for Death Rain. It was more late last year, I guess, of doing stuff for that. And since I am this kind of person,
Yes.
Travis is like, well, that one's on you. I'll do the
Creative.
yeah. He's like, because he's like, I'm just doing the drawing. You and John are taking care of everything else.
Yeah. Well, we need to
So
we need to get our merchandise store out better too than we do. So we really do.
And
We've got some cool logos.
yeah, I'll hopefully this week I'll have more time to.
And I was working on a new logo for the big chat, and I kind of ran into a block, and I couldn't think of anything more creative than what I had. So, I was thinking about doing something with like the Bigfoot coming out of like the CBS eye or something, you know. But then I was like, I don't want to venture too far into trademark area.
I like the idea, but
yeah. So I don't know. It's still going to be called the Big Chat. I just don't know what our logo will be.
The main thing that we need to look at is like Patreon would be something more when our numbers get bigger.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of details that go into that. And
yes.
Ko-Fi seems to be the easiest, or what would work best for where we're still smaller.
Yeah.
And Patreon also takes a considerable percentage. So if we already don't have a lot coming in, then we're not getting diddly squat. So
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, here's the thing.
The only thing I don't like about Ko-Fi is it doesn't have an app, and I know that's kind of
it's kind of a
big
deal.
thing. But
especially with the younger people.
Yeah, it's not something I particularly care for because I like to have the app for stuff too. But when it comes down to all the little details of it, that one might be easier. I haven't looked into Buy Me a Coffee much, though I still have the app for that one on here because we were looking into that too.
Can we change to Buy Me a Mountain Dew? Because I'd feel like I'd be lying to people. I don't drink coffee.
Buy me all the coffee you want.
There you go. Well, here's the thing, and for the people that are listening to us now and have listened to us now, I mean, we're a year and a half into this show. The paranormal guys are over 2 years. You know, this will be our second season of Big Brother, and we have a loyal fan base. And they're small, but if you're listening to us now, you're really going to enjoy us when we get bigger because we're growing. I mean, it's happening. I mean, like I said, I was in negotiations for the sports stuff with the Fuel Network, and that kind of just never took off for whatever reason. And that was going to put us on Roku. And then here I'm doing radio, and I'm allowed to freely talk about my shows on the radio. So, yeah. I mean, we joke around and stuff, say, "Oh, I'm a big deal." I'm not yet. I will be one day. So you'll remember me when I'm about 72 and don't remember a damn thing. That's when I'll get popular. That's a long time away.
I don't remember.
It's a long time away. I don't even want to think about that. But yeah. If you're a loyal fan, you've been around this long, you enjoy the ride because especially if we've gotten to know you, like the regulars. So it'll be a good thing. And I'm up and ready for the challenge. Yeah, I just get stressed that people all get sick and go on vacation at the same time. So it's all right. So, and next week I may be broadcasting from a remote location. So we'll see. Haven't decided yet.
And identified deep in the woods.
Yeah. Well, you'll know where I'm at. You've got me on electronic leash, so I'm old. I don't wander off.
Well, yeah, but so do other people. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So that. Well, I think I am gonna end this, and I will upload it to Spotify tonight. And I'm gonna hit the bed early so that tomorrow I can get up and watch the premiere. I don't even know what they're calling it. The house guest reveal on the Big Brother show. So watch that, and then
if you get up before I do and see something on there, let me know, because I've tried to look and see if they've even like put a little like, hey, you can watch it here, but it's not available yet. And I'm not. They usually like that.
They usually, when you go to Big Brother, you'll go to like season 26, and by now they've probably put the clock up.
I was looking for that too, and there's nothing.
Oh, well, maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe they're going to do it tomorrow.
That's what I'm wondering. Afternoon. If maybe if they don't put it out till then.
Yeah. And I still can't help it. I think they're just not going to mess with us. There's no way they want to give it. How could, unless they already have these people in hotels? They have 16 people in 16 different hotels.
Oh well, you know it's like already been.
I mean, they're CBS. They can't afford it. Well, no, it shouldn't have been. No, but
yeah, because right now when you go on Paramount and go over to CBS, it still says season 25.
Okay, yeah, so.
And it says the same thing. It says the same thing when you go over to the CBS app too. So.
I'll have to look up. Apparently, I've forgotten my password to sign in. So, yeah. And then we'll have to figure out, because they're going to be on Sunday, will be a replay of what happened through the week. And then the live eviction is on Wednesday nights, I think. It might be Thursdays. Yeah, it's Thursday. So we'll have a live show on Thursday. And they also have a live show on... Oh, maybe it was a live show on Sunday, and then we had a live show on Monday and Thursday. Maybe that's what it was. I'll have to go back and look, but plus they may have changed it this season. So we're gonna have lots of live shows, and we're gonna get more fans, and we're going up against Rob has a podcast. I'm going after him again. So do you know who Rob has a podcast is?
No.
He's a big deal in the reality world. Now I got on his radar last year, just a little bit. That's all that I needed. So, he does great content, and in fact, I listen to Taryn because Taryn, I think, stays up 24 hours a day and watches the show. So, they give good. He does good content, and he does all the reality TV shows. And he has a really cool show about it's like weird news of the week or something. So yeah, he's got some good content. So, and there's no way I can catch up to him being a little fish, but I was on his radar last year, so that's all that counts. And I will be trying desperately hard to get a player, family member, someone from the season. So
we'll make it happen.
Yeah, I got an email from CBS last year, so I was on the radar. All right, can you please take that down? Oh, yeah, well, no problem. It's down. Thanks for letting me know. But I'm glad to know that there's an associate producer watching me. That made me feel good. I was like, well, somebody's watching me.
Yeah, I shit myself a little bit, but also excited.
As long as they subscribe, I don't care. All right. So we have Monday night, or we have a special show tomorrow afternoon that's pre-recorded. Make sure to check that out. You set that up, Cheyenne, and I'm so happy that you did. It's Reverend Allison from Scotland, and it's a great show. Make sure to tune in for that. And Ross, you need to remind me, and I will mail that one over to you. That's one you definitely want to put on your air, because it won't go out on New Year's Live, Ross. But we got that tomorrow afternoon. Then we may go live with the Big Brother afterwards. We'll kind of play that one by ear. See what CBS is really doing, because I still think they're up to some shenanigans somewhere. And then you can catch me Monday night. We have the UFL. It's the Birmingham Stallions and the St. Louis, Birmingham Stallions. And I done forgot I wrote this up earlier. There's a UFL championship game on Fox TV tomorrow. Watch it. It's good. So, and then Monday we have the UFL, the Lippman on Sports, covering the championship game. And then Wednesday, who do we have Wednesday, Shay? Oh, I figured you already had it up in front of you.
No, I had it.
That's why I threw it to you.
I had books. Had books on my desk.
Ah.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
Get your granny glasses.
That's July. Hold on.
Goodness, that's 40 minutes.
Valerie Willis.
Valerie Willis, and then we also have Siren from retired WWE wrestler. So we have her on.
Amanda, right?
Yes, that's her real name is Amanda. Yeah, she's on. So we have her as the second guest, and then on Friday, I believe we have a paramedic that teaches public safety for paramedics at EMS, and then, as I said earlier, for those of you that are watching us or listening to us now on the Misfits, you make sure you check out next week for sure, because I have no idea what a ukulele playing comedian does. I can't wait to find out.
But Christine will enlighten us.
I've watched some of her stuff, so yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. And then we're all back again, and we'll see where the Big Brother thing takes us. Work on the logo, Sharon. Put Travis to work on this for me.
Got it.
Like a Bigfoot with a camera and neon. Yeah, that would be a Big Brother. Just throwing it out there. So yeah, we'll come up with something. Because I was brain dead earlier. I want to thank the Post Network for allowing us on their networks. Of course, I want to take a moment and always thank Ross. I give him a bunch of grief, but we're actually friends, and I appreciate everything he does for the show. So I thank Ross for allowing us on and allowing us use of the toll-free number. And of course, I appreciate the Finline Rock Station for everything they do for me. So, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, or until tomorrow, or Monday.
We can put Bigfoot in a Johnny Bench jersey.
And getting kicked out of baseball. I'm down with that. Everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.